Hello. As you can see, once again, I have moved my camera. I'm going to try out some different... I'm going to try switching it around a few times, so I'm going to be slightly dodging around in this frame. This camera is nice because it hides the light above me for when I'm doing streams later. I might have the camera back in its old position when I'm doing streams earlier on, so that the light from the great outdoors doesn't blind you too much. So I sort of have a moving them about sort of works out. And today, in case you don't know what this game is, we are playing Pillars of Eternity. This is by a lot of the old people who made a lot of old school RPGs, like the original Fallout and Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale and such. Many more. They're, people from this company come from all other sort of games that came into one to make a company who made Obsidian made. The big one I know is New Vegas. And they've come back now after, I believe it's because of Kickstarter, to making these old school RPGs. And so this is it. This is Pillars of Eternity. I started playing this game before I started streaming. And this game was one of my motivators for streaming because I love this game and I love playing it and I want to play it a ton and do multiple runs and such, but I just never get around to playing it. I'll get up in the day, I go on TeamSpeak, people want to play Overwatch, people want to play League of Legends, and I'm like, yeah, I'll join in, sounds fun. Playing games with friends is always good, but I wanted an excuse and some scheduling to actually play these sort of games more regularly, right? So that rather than having, I might not play it for a month, then I'll play it 5 times, I'll play it every day for a week, and then I won't play it for another month sort of thing. I can keep doing it. So, if all goes well, hopefully you will see a lot of this game over my stream and my YouTube channel if you keep watching. I've got a few different sort of gimmicky runs planned. I want to do an all paladin run and an all mage run and maybe an all druid run where, because you can sort of, through the different spells and, different weapons and items and stuff and stats, you can make classes into different types of things. So, paladin's an obvious one. You can make paladins, standard paladin, sword and shield fighting. But then I want to have, maybe some more support-focused paladins, because you can totally do that. You can go in more into healing, more into that sort of side. And I just like the idea of having sort of unusual things, So, as you can see by this guy, there are rifles in this game. I like the idea of some musketman paladin, and having these sort of kind of goofy squads like mage. Obviously, you think of mage as the range damage dealer, but I want to see if I can make some sort of battle mages, very some tanky mages who are sword and shield, and all the spells they use will be, shields and buffs and stuff, and I don't know if there might even be some healing that a mage could do, which would be good into that, maybe do the same with priests, but priests have a mind-bending number of spells in this game. It's really kind of crazy. So, I will show you my party. I need to sort of remember the buttons. Inventory. So this is my party. This guy, Edda, I met him way early on. He's second guy who joined my party, I think. He was in the first main village you get to. Just to explain, you have one person who you create as your character, who you do the sort of the first part of the story with. But once you get to the first main town and the story really starts to open up, you can actually recruit people from the tavern. I believe I can recruit people in this bar even. And that is basically create sort of secondary characters. So what I would probably do is I would play a paladin, for example, do the first quest, get to the first city, and then just make 5 other paladins and just have a gang of paladins and just go at it, right? And I wouldn't pick up any of these guys as people on my quest or whatever. Or I think you can and then have them, not as part of your party. Can't remember if that's shown anywhere, but pretty sure you can do that. Is it shown you have Yeah, I think this is it. This bit in there. I have a guy in there who I made when testing systems, who is like not part of my party, because all of these 5 guys are people who I found and actually like buy the game and have quests related and stuff. So this guy, he wanted to go and speak to some mystic to sort of find out about his brother. We went to the mystic. He was crazy, and we inherited his castle, which is kind of weird, but yeah, we killed him and took his castle. So he now is coming with me in this city. He wants to find an archive which might have clues to his brother's death. This little fella, that's me. I'm basically a hobbit. I'm like a cipher. I've got a big impressive beard. I use big two-handed weapons. I'm like melee DPS kind of guy, but I have some sort of crazy spells as well about manipulating the mind and very psychic sort of stuff. This guy Durance, he's just some crazy old priest who I met on the road, who was like, I said psych about you, you know. And he sort of gave me this quest, which is one of the strangest quests I've ever got. I don't know if I can show you this. The Trials of Durance. The quest is literally spend time travelling with Durance. Like, just have him in your party. I don't know, it's so mysterious, it's so weird. It's just like, just have him with you, and eventually you will complete his quest, right? I've got this elf guy. This is the first dude I met. He was having some trouble with some locals in the first village, and I helped him out. He's my boy. He's a bit weird sometimes, but he's pretty cool. He's my mage. I like mages. I was happy I got a mage straight up, because mage is one of the class that I normally would have played. This guy, Canon, he wants to explore some caves with me and is basically just chilling with me because I sort of helped him explore some stuff before, and he's sort of an explorer, I guess. I think he's like a sort of bard kind of guy. He has this big sword, and he has his arquebus, which is what I really am interested in. I think it's super cool that there are muskets in this game. It's super fucking cool. Well, not quite muskets. I think the arquebuses are newer than muskets, but I don't really know. And then this is the newest member of my party, Sagane. I met her on the road. She's like on a hunt, like a tribal hunt, where she's got to find the soul of like an old tribes leader or something, and so I'm sort of helping her with that. There's a ring which has some stats there. I don't know if that's super useful. Damage against spirit and stuff will... I don't know if that's super helpful. I have 2 rings, because obviously you give all of the rings to yourself. Ability, area of effect, and deflection. Give it to this guy, because I mean, he needs to not take too much damage, doesn't he? The problem I have now with this group, which is why I had a person originally, right, is that we have sort of this one tank guy, right? But often when you're in fights, there's sort of more than one person to tank, and I tried to make myself pretty squishy. So one of my aims is to, at some point, try and replace one of these guys, probably Durance, at some point, with someone else who will tank for me, right? With another sort of front line. But we have a load of quests in here. So I kind of didn't want to play on this because it's kind of weird, you know, to just start a series, to start streaming or whatever, and just be part way through a game. But I thought I might as well go for it, man. I don't want to just start a new game while I'm still sort of partway through doing stuff necessarily, and I thought I could make it sort of easy.
At least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
There's some great writing in this game, some great banners. So if I show you the world map, this is where you start up here. Gilded Vale is the first town you sort of base in. I have a few choices of what to do, actually. There's a thing that says I need to find some cliffs that's sort of vaguely mentioned. That might be this. Might be that. I don't know. It might be somewhere I haven't been yet. I think I met her around here. And she has that quest. So I have a few quests in here. I need to go to like a cathedral in here, and I need to try and find the thing or whatever. I don't know. There's a quest here that I have, which I could go and do, but I'm not going to do right now. I think I got it ages ago, and it didn't sort of fit like what I felt like the story of my character or whatever, so I was like, nah. And then that's my stronghold. And I have some quests I can do there. So my plan is right now just to explore Defiance Bay, right? It's this big, awesome area. Look at this, it's super cool. And I can just like go around and explore stuff, right? I also have a quest which I sort of didn't quite get at the beginning, to go into this guy's house and find out what happened with him, but he's doing some crazy weird drug dealing stuff, and I was like, I feel like staying out of that right now. So I want to just check my quests, make sure. Okay. He suggests there might be records of the Saints' War in an archive in the Ducal Palace. And then... so there's a temple to Wodika and Ducal Hall, whatever he called it. So I'm just gonna go around and see what's happening, you know. These things happen, they're kind of interesting from a sort of world setting and story perspective, but I'm definitely not gonna... I'm not interested in reading all of them, and I'm not too interested in stream. They're the sort of thing you can... They just sort of tell you a bit about that person's past and sort of set up some story. What does this guy want? Young boy watches passers-by. A young boy watches passers-by and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey mister, want to know a secret? He wipes his nose with a sleeve. I know a real good secret. Still come from my 7-year-old. So she's just giving me like a sort of hint. He shrugs and claps his hand to his back. Hiding some real neat things. I can show you where. So there's a merchant over by Expedition Hall. He has a dagger made of real March steel. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers, but that's not true. I know a lot about daggers. I know about different kinds of steel. I know how the Crucible Knights make them in a forge. I know that the tip can pierce low gauge scale armor. That one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want this one, and if you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never ask anyone for anything ever again. Okay, so I can threaten him. I can lie to him. I think this sounds like a reasonable thing to say. Yeah, no, I'm not down for that. That's a bit weird. Helping a little kitty get a knife, you know. Let's go somewhere else. Let's find out what's it right around here. see what this place looks like. Oh, so this is like the coast, and there's these crazy rock formations that are around places. House Domnell, Raymond Manor, Sanitarium, Andre's Gift, Hedgerow House. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and look for the things we need rather than going in everyone's houses and checking everything. You know, I can explore around these places whenever I want. This place is very fancy though. Let's go into the middle, because the middle place on the world map looks like the sort of place there would be some sort of fancy cathedral. Oh, and a reason that I'm playing this game, and that I haven't started a new campaign or anything, and that I'm just gonna chill and do. Ooh, both things I need are here. Let's go up to the side quest first. Is that in, I believe late next week, the new game by the guys who made this coming out. I believe the same engine, very similar sort of style, called Tyranny. And that is a perfect, I think, thing to start. You know, I'm having troubles with, do I want to start this even though I'm halfway through it already? And so I'm just going to play a few days of these basically in prep for playing Tyranny. So I might not even carry on this playthrough on stream after I've done anything else, you know. This is just sort of a hype for Tyranny, you know. If Tyranny was out, I'd be playing that today, but it's not, so I'm gonna have to wait for it. Okay. Sidley. Hall of Records. That's where I want to go, but I clearly have to talk to this person first.
Greetings.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see Ducal Palace? Duck is like their name for like a leader. So what's the palace? What's the palace about, dude? The seat of government. Duck Admuth Hadrat declared freedom from the Adarian rule some 150 years ago. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversation in the taverns than try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridors. Who are you? She's a page. Okay. Deliver messages, run errands. Pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. Fair enough. Meetings, public hearings, lots of politics stuff. We have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Tell me about the shrine. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay. Okay, cool. What kinds of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff, census counts, tax records, Melissa registers. Now, I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. Worst day of my life. Excellent. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. But a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's a good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed doors. So the legacy is kids are being born without a soul, and people are blaming animancers who are like people who look at souls. And I think I'm somehow one of them, like I can see souls or whatever. Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. Poking around the souls is risky, but more Progressive Elements believes it's our only shot at restoring healthy births. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research often involves old Engriffin relics that were illegally looted from ruins in Erglandorf. Okay. What do you think? I think the real danger of animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We get a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the Gift or Cobble Lane who spend every copper they have on a miracle cure for their unborn child. It never works. Okay, I see. Goodbye. I want to go to the records. Is this the records place? I thought it was all of records. Yeah. Got all these guards. Oh, this looks like our man, the records keeper.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find out what happened to someone. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Dyrud who bear ill will towards Ridkerns. I don't know. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Perhaps if you were established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. If I had Might 16, I could do a thing. I just need to find out about my brother. I don't even know what side he fought for. You must understand, I've heard many such stories. I'm afraid there is nothing I can do.
Hey.
Okay, so, addendum added. The records keeper was unwilling to show us records from the Saints' War, citing concerns about vengeful Dyrudians hunting down refugees. He said things might be different were my reputation in the city stronger. Reputation in the city stronger? I definitely don't want to help a young boy find a knife then, because that doesn't seem like it would help my reputation at all. Let's explore this some more. And they have to go and do the thing. A stone warrior gazes towards her raised hand.
Well met, friend. So she's praying. How may I be of service? Well, I thought this was a palace. It's both, really. It's the place which the leader governs, but also honor and worship Magran, the goddess who led us to independence and who has always watched over our city. What's wrong? This is about the fires, isn't it? They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. The fires? The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit, but lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollow-born all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magran allow us all to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. Whoa! A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magran is paid and pleasured in sweet and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly heart. I don't mean nice. So, another thing that I should probably mention is that when I play these sort of games, this started really in Fallout 3, but I have just this idea I had in Fallout 3, which I love, which is to play these sort of games as Han Solo, right? So the idea is, in Fallout, it started because I'd put all of my points into charisma and luck, and they were my main stats. And it was really fun playing like that, because you sort of become sort of unreliable, and sometimes fights will be really hard, and, you know, but sometimes people just do stuff for you, because they're just like, you seem nice, and you're like, oh, thank God bless, you know? You don't seem like the type who has much use for the mysteries of faith, but I can't think of any other way to explain this. Lately I've been seeing visions, placed in the wilderness of pools, filled with sunbursts of colour, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into earth. I know there's something there, but where is it, or how do I get there? I've been meaning to ask around to the expedition hall to see if anyone recognises the description. To be honest though, I don't know what to even do if I found the place. Like so many of Margram's flock, afraid of her god's tests, if Margram speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. Why is Durant such a dick, dude? They symbolise Margram's power and guidance, and right now the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. Our neighbours in the Valley and Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Is there anything? No. Okay, goodbye. Cinders of Faith. What? Travel to the cave from her vision. Okay, I'm not gonna like super hard look for stuff like that, because, you know, why would I super hard look for something which is like not even like well described, you know? I'm just gonna, if I come across it, I come across it. I like to explore every nook and cranny of places, so I will come across it. I will, trust me. Trust me. Okay. Let's go check Heritage Hall. Or should I check some of these places? So, actually, no. I want to go check this place first. I need to then just explore this city and do stuff. I'm hoping my boys are on their way and I haven't just fucked up. Yeah, that's, what is it, a D? D is fast mode, oh yeah.
This looks like the place Maywald described.
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
The ghost hovers in the middle of the ruins, reciting blessings and prayers. Okay.
Lord Ardwellan Rugfold III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
Okay. He doesn't like what the locals have done to Wodis's house of worship.
And so you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum. These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires. There are various entrances throughout Defiance, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate. Worshipping Woodica, the exiled queen and Oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my Emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do. A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Woodica watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Woodica is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne. I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from? A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
Hey.
Okay, so that was interesting. So this guy, I assume if I talk to him, it will just be the same stuff, yeah. So this guy thinks he's alive, and he said Copper Lane. Copper Lane is the original place. Okay, by the south gate of Copper Lane. Let's go there then, why not? The banter about the whole, like, he stands there and stares off into the distance every now and again and stuff as well. Brilliant. I also realise just out of habit, I start looking towards where my old camera used to be when I'm talking, and I realise it's there now. So, is that it? The catacombs? Who are you and why are you standing by the catacombs? It's a weird place to stand. Nope. It's just one of those things. So yeah, those things are interesting because they're nice because they give you a load of backstory. But they end up making me scared to talk to people. If I talk to people and that happens, I'm just like, oh, no. I'm not super interested in obscure backstory right now. I want to play a video game. As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul, lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding its place. And when you near, without warning, the soul hurries towards you, as though you were a solitary light in the dank gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You're in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe, with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, travelling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by the razor's-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and gringy ground. His hood and mask were missing, and his clothes are shredded. Okay. Let's do some stealthing. Let's open this door and have a look inside. Is there less of black ooze? I mean, it's only a one, so I'm just gonna. Let's move in a bit. You can. And everyone attack this boots.
That's it!
There's a button and I can't remember what it is. Is it tab? Tab. Okay, tab shows everything that you can interact with in an area. So look at some of these. Some old coins. Oh, so this, I believe, is more, you know, they put a load of these around where these are all people who donated to the Kickstarter. Yeah, there's just lots of people got to write their own little message. Okay, just some stuff, you know. Bip 'em. Oh, 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 this is more scary though. We need to sort of move these around a bit. So you need to get there first. You guys can all start range combating. Now you guys go. You see what I mean is here as well. Actually, you can't see him because my camera's in the way. Damn it. I'm gonna have to move this. Okay, next time I move it. But you can't see, but there are a load of skills in here. There you can see all the different ranges of different skills. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's just level 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 level 2 spells as well. So I'm just gonna Holy Radiance because that heals people, and these ones are ones that you can use like constantly, I believe. I'm then gonna just AoE that dude. He's gonna try and knock him down. The Doge doesn't have any spells. These guys, I'm just gonna keep them doing what they're doing. Get a wounding shot in the
Brave thou feelest believe.
For some reason they're waiting.
Dead on.
Okay, hold on. Can the Dogs scoot around? No, you can't. Okay. Alright, I need to swap out the Doge and get myself in because I do more damage than the Doge. He can get the staff over us.
Dead on.
That's not very helpful.
Here we go, nice. So these guys are going to come around here in their little 6, and I'm going to go sneaky, and this is where I put on fast mode so I can waddle about real fast, real quick like, and just explore everything, right? So up here there are these cells. Trap detected. Ow! Okay. So, let's go sneaky again. Collect all this stuff. Trying to summon a trap. What? No! Oh my god, I keep failing these. I never normally fail these. I think these are actually the first 2 traps I've ever failed to disarm. To disarm. Okay. So anyway, I got some stuff. What did I get? Some medium armor. That seems good. It's the same as mine, but just better. I should wear that instead. I mean, it looks the same. Oh, it's just a fine version of what I have. Okay. War of Stealth. No, the disengagement bonus is really good for me. Because if stuff aggroes on me, which it will often happen, I can use the disarmament disengagement bonus, not disarmament, disengagement bonus to sort of get out of trouble a bit. So that I can get my warrior to tank stuff. Do you know what, actually, while I'm exploring here, I'm going to send these guys over here. Because it will auto pause when I'm in an engagement. And then I just go back, click them all on the ooze, because the ooze isn't very scary. And then go back to my dude and keep exploring about. Okay.
Alright, so just gonna charge at this big ooze.
Raved out.
When I have a gang full of Utes that are all my dudes, and I have like organised them all so I know all their spells and stuff, and I think more in terms of what their spells are, I might
Raved.
I might turn the difficulty up. This is just on normal difficulty here. You know, I'm just gonna use the simple ones that you can use every fight. Not overdo stuff. Hit him with a knockdown. Hit with a prayer. I might as well. I'm going to use this because I gain damage from it, and he's tanking right now, so that's good. Keep hitting stuff. He's on attack, he's on reload. Everything went well. So my guy, I think, works in an interesting way as well, because most of them have like these spells which are like, you know, you can only use one per fight or one per time you rest. A lot of people, you know, or a certain amount per time you rest. Like the mage one, you see, I think it's 5 uses of those spells, 3 uses of those spells before I have to rest to get them back. But these ones are per combat, hence the little per encounter ability there. But I have the per encounter and the per rest. Oh, and I used all my per rest one shit. But these ones are different. I didn't realise that they were per rest. These ones all just have per encounter ones there, because most of these guys, if they have per rest abilities, they're the level spells. Like these two, those have the numbers on them because they're per level.
Hey there.
This has, or per rest. These are the per rest ones for me, it seems. I didn't remember that. But these ones all work on this number down here, this focus number, which you can just see under my picture. I will move my picture for next episode. Where as I do damage, this clearly looks like the way to go, and so I want to go somewhere else first. And so I attack, which builds up power, which can then be used to cast these spells. So it's sort of like a warrior rage bar, which is interesting for one of these sort of games, because normally they work in a far more traditional D&D sort of way.
Bullseye.
See how easy these things are to kill. Vicious, foul-smelling gudge. Yeah, this is the sort of thing that this does. It gives you lots of ways that will go different places and do different things. Okay.
Consider it done.
Let's check this room. Oh my lord! Oh, I'm running away from that. Okay, I need the rest of my gang around here quick. I think that was all of them. No. Just gonna have to.
I'll
fight
teach
these
you a
guys on
lesson.
my own. So if I can do this, 65% chance for the cast to be successful. Immune. Oh god, no.
got ganked, dude. I got ganked. So I'm injured now, but the way that they do these things, the way they have these work is that they should probably go in there. The way that these things work is that you lose some of your overall health, which are these big bars you get, but in combat you have a certain amount of health. So even though I lost all my health in combat, that just means I got knocked out, and then I go to having like half the health or whatever. Well, not half health, but I go to losing some of my main portion of my actual health. So I'm going to come around here, make sure these guys get in here, and then I'm going to turn to hit them. Go. I've got enough of surround. And I'm gonna use my slash thing on him. See, there are a lot of people on these on this Kickstarter. Look around here because it looks like it will go back round there. Although actually, I want to go and explore this place first. Let's just fucking run in there, dude. Balls to the wall. Okay, now let's get there. And if I right click, I can reselect them. Oh my god. So I guess we're gonna have to fight these, right? So he's just gonna cost this there. Did he get like traps or something somehow? What happened there? What hits Edar for crush damage? Confused. Okay, he was confused. Well, we also need to move up here to fight these things. Stay back. So again, cast that. She was gonna shoot that. He's going to hold this off action just to attack. And he's going to throw the knockdown on this dude. Right, so now let's move in. Let's have Ocelot go on that. Oh, dude, I accidentally... Right. I'm going to have her shoot this, actually. Luckily, the dog was the one that was confused. What? So, he can cast a spell on that to help kill it. She's going to attack that and then mark it as prey. Oh god, there's another one. Can we disengage? We want to make sure, try and keep this good and rush down ads though. So we'll have the dogs are confused. Kill this. Now she's confused. It's not great, but this spawling is about to die. So now these lot and him all go on that. Use that one.
Yeah?
So these two are real injured, so I'm going to make them both use Second Wind, which is an ability that I believe everyone has, which is to sort of self-heal.
That's not very helpful.
So this guy is now going to back off. Everyone else... Oh no, we killed it. Nice. Whew. That was pretty crazy. Oh, I found a secret. This is the thing. This is why I actually spend a lot of my time in this game moving around in stealth mode with fast mode activated, so that I don't get too slowed down by stuff, but I can discover secrets like that. Because you need to spend some time in this game just looking around all the areas to find all the secrets. So let's head up here. And, okay, this is literally just back on the path. So we have,
Hey there.
if we go scout mode, we can move down here, and we have now, I believe, 2 decisions, right? So we've explored all this area, all these little rooms up there. We've explored all this area over here. Oh, we didn't actually go into that room. Let's go into this room quickly. But then we have 2 choices, which is to look back up here, which I think I'll do first, and then go downstairs. Oh.
Hail and well met.
Hello there. Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. What are you doing down here? I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. So are you trying to be smart or stealthy? Really? Because the catacombs seem like more of a place where someone goes to disappear, or a sad tale, but not the whole story, I think. What are you hiding? I'm just trying to get by. There's nothing else to it, and if that isn't to your liking, there's a whole lot of catacombs out there for you to have all to yourself. Make a poor liar, or if you tell me, perhaps I can help, or answer my question why you still have teeth in that lying mouth, or I'm not leaving until you speak the truth. There's lots of... This is choice. Yesterday I was talking about in the Elder Scrolls Online how it gave you fake choice in the way the dialogue was presented, and that essentially what it was giving you was the same quest setup that World of Warcraft gives you, but just with a sort of a skin of interactivity, right? Just to cover a sort of facade of interactivity, when all you're really doing is just clicking yes, I accept your quest, right? Or no, I don't accept your quest. This is what actual choice looks like. If you tell me, perhaps I can help. I'm trying to be that Han Solo, right? That charismatic stallion. I've been hiding from the knights down here, but it isn't what you think. It was an accident. I suppose I thought if you get involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself, a place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all the things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he'd had a little too much at the inn. and I guess he didn't like an Orlan talking back to him. Oh, my boy, he's an Orlan too. That's what they call basically hobbits in this game. I struck him, he came towards me, and I hit him, and he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down. Turns out he was a knight. The Crucible Knights won't care how it happened, they just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope, please. I just want to get out of the city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again. I swear it. I'll live quietly, but you can't. Please, you can't tell them I'm here. So your secret's safe with me. I can give him money and say, here, this should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay. You're coming with me, you'll face the Duck's justice. Or if that reward's worth more than your sorry life. Or justice demands retribution! Dude, when I'm playing my paladins, I think I know what I'm going to say to this guy. So obviously, the good side of me is like, dude, here's some money. But then the Han Solo side of me's got to be a bit of a like, I don't like giving away money. I don't know if I can check where my money is. I'm just going to say, your secret's safe with me. What can you tell me about these catacombs? That's helpful. Haven't explored too much of it, to be honest. Got lucky finding this little corner of it, but let me think. Well, the canal there, that's Gorgon's canal. Gorgon was the dwarf that planned the whole thing. It runs through to Undrad's gift, spilling out into the sea there. Otherwise, it's just lots of bones. There's the warrens for people that couldn't afford better, but it's all flooded now. The fancier folks, they have their own resting places down here, drier places. Okay, cool. Man Orland, trying to flee Defiance Bay, but doesn't have enough man to get him there. Begged me to keep a secret long enough that he can gather the necessary coin. So this is interesting, because this quest, essentially, as far as I can see it, right? I already have the maximum amount of camps.
Hey there.
I should probably camp with this guy then, maybe. Why not? So as far as I can see it, this guy, this quest seems like, and I think this quest seems like a good example of why the quests in this game are actually cool as hell, right? I'm going to put that there because that might be good for people. Put all this stuff in here. Just picked up that. So this is talking about Wodica, so this is definitely the right place. Okay, that's interesting. Lots of books and stuff to read. Put a lot of this stuff in here, just like my stash or whatever. I'm going to keep the shinier objects. So this quest is a good example, I think, of why I really like this sort of game. So if we look at this quest, I could have killed him. Taken the fact that I killed him to the Crucible Guards for a reward. I could have taken him to the Crucible Guards, which may have ended up in him fighting me to stop me doing that. I could probably go and tell find the captain of the Crucible Guards, tell him where Eorn is. Or I could have given him the money straight up to go. But just by saying, I'll keep your secret, doesn't mean that I'm like abandoning the quest and just keep my hands dry of it, right? Just keeping his secret long enough for him to by himself escape will give me something. And so obviously there'd be different ways. I might get more experience if I gave him the money. I might get more money if I sold him away. You know, there's sort of different possible rewards, but like there's
all these options and stuff, and this is why these games are so interesting. And this is why I'm planning to do multiple runs, because, you know, I'm thinking, you know, I might, like, on one of my runs, I might hand him in. On one of my runs, I might kill him. You know, justice demands retribution. You know, there's all these different options that you can do. So,
Hey.
I'm gonna camp for the night here. These are all bonuses you can get. He can only do damage reduction. He can only do damage reduction. He has a ton. Accuracy against certain things. Extra move speed. I think I'm just going to keep him with heal multiplier. I've got some extra ones. Damage reduction 2. Oh no, she's got some extra ones because she's like a camping in the wild sort of person. Okay. So let's rest. That doesn't look like the inside of a catacombs, but fair enough. Hopefully nothing bad happens. We don't get attacked in the night. Yep, great. And now, whoops, wrong one. I can pick up those camping supplies, and I have 6 out of 6 camping supplies again. So, over to here. I'm pretty certain my next thing I'm gonna do, because these are stairs, so this is clearly an end move to the next area. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up this way because this is less clearly that. And it may be I've been in catacombs in this game before, or you know, a dungeon in this cave before, a cave in this cave before, something like that, where there were 2 spots on the map, like one here, where it sort of converged onto the bottom floor, and you could go down one way and up the other, or you know, whatever. So we might go up this thing and just find another way down, but yeah. That's what we're going to do next episode. This has been a long episode because as I was thinking of closing out, I kept finding stuff to do and people to talk to. I'm going to have a slightly extended break because I'm going to set up camera settings, move this around for doing the next thing. So I might put my camera like up here or something, you know. I will... There doesn't seem to be much sort of stuff that happens up there. All the speech is down here. Even if I want one of these big so I can read it, you know, that's over that side. I do find it interesting as well, the idea of playing like this, so you can see the whole thing and have like all this stuff to look through and stuff. Like, it's great UI. Let's stop talking about the game. Let's actually be right back. Thank you for watching. If you're on the live stream, I will see you in a bit.